Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMtrading. Today is July 29, 2019, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day, nothing scheduled for today, but as the week moves along, we have a major numbers coming out, including consumer confidence number out of the United States, FOMC rate decision on Wednesday, and not to mention on Friday, NFP for the August month as we go forward into August towards the end of this week. However, looking until that point, looking at the Forex symbols, US dollar stronger versus the major pairs, as we're at a major threshold with the GBP USD and the Euro USD. We'll take a look at both of them. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, awaiting a Fed rate decision this week. I think it's hovering near its highs, but not breaking higher as the stocks do. And looking at commodities, gold is setting up a wedge formation, which looks a little bit bearish. We'll take a look at that as well. And lastly, looking at the stocks, we did have quarterly earnings last week, but they're coming in with a mixed bag. Okay, some companies are coming out with fantastic results, while other companies are coming up with so-so results. Case in point was Google last week, as it came out and killed the street and really did fantastic, while Facebook and Amazon didn't do so well. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of a mixed bag, while Microsoft, by the way, is making new highs for the year, and that really may be the catalyst to take us higher. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So I'm forced here to look at the Euro USD on a daily chart just to bring this out. Okay, we've had this several times, that we've had this bottom at this 111.25-ish level. You can see we're really hovering right there right now. So if this does break today, okay, it will break further down. Okay, so we are hovering around this low, and we haven't been in this area since 3 years ago. Okay, December of 2016 is when we were hovering around this areas below. So with that said, okay, this may be a major correction for the Euro USD. GBP USD, same story, trading at 123.69. And we spoke about this last week, that we get this little bit of a tapering off and then we get this massive move. So looking at a daily chart, we are on that downward spiral, and you can see at 123.52-ish level, we have some support. And if that gets broken, well, then we could see it further decline. Now, I would just want to raise this because this is something to really mention. USD ZAR, okay, the rand got really weak versus the dollar, 14.26, this massive rally last week, and it could be several reasons, okay? It's nevertheless, it is technically speaking on resistance right now. So if it does break above this 1432, we could see it back into the 1460-ish area. However, we're at resistance, so keep that in mind. If we do make a correction, we can make it back to the 1410-ish area. Now, looking at gold, not much to write home about. Okay, it does look like we're making this wedge formation as we have this resistance at 1429, and at 1418 is where we're trading right now. So with that said, we have to look at this and see how this actually progresses throughout the week. Not much going on with oil, so I'm not going to cover it, but jumping into the Dow Jones, we're trading at 27,127, and you can see we're just hovering with that highs, okay? Every time we hit 27,000, bounce off of it. So if it does retrace later today, we could see it correct itself down to the 26,971-ish area. That's something to correct itself, but it's not much, okay? It's about 150 pip move altogether. Okay, so with that said, just be aware that there is this major event of the FOMC coming out later this week. So that's something to really, cater to. Now, looking at Apple computers, we retraced down to 207 from 208. And this is what I'm talking about. They're hovering near the highs, but they're not breaking higher. However, looking at Microsoft, on dead highs, 141. I said this back when it was trading at 138, 137, where we had this, gap down, and then we rallied, and then we filled in the gap several times. So we've had a couple of really amazing days trading Microsoft. I can't believe I'm saying this, because this goes back to 1999, 2000, when Microsoft was really trading fantastic, and it looks like the same scenario, okay? Just back in 1997, 96, where Microsoft was carrying the markets even higher. And this is what it seems like right now. If we look at a monthly, okay, all-time monthly, dead highs, 141. Okay, so just to give yourself a perspective, does it go that far to 1999? It takes me just about 1998. You could see that from 1998 to the year 2000, we rallied tremendously, and it was the one that carried us further. So all eyes are on Microsoft to see where it's going to take us further. Now, if we look at Google, same story. Trading at its highs, 1244 right now, about 10 points off of its all-time highs, as you can see here. Big gap up and gap and go. And so this really needs to break above it to show us that it's really strong. And if it does, it's going to take us even higher. However, looking at Amazon, it's trading near its highs, but it's not breaking out higher. Okay, so a little bit, like I said, mixed bag last week. So something to consider as we enter this week, just to be a little bit cautious in the stocks, as some of them are making new highs, some of them are not making new highs. We just have to take that all in and process it properly. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.